Hey, storm trackers! This web tutorial is going to show you how to get the data that you'll need to complete a slide on the storm trackers presentation. So you'll notice we have a sample from August 28th, 2015 that is up on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much recreate this information based on the status of the storm for today. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go and click on the slide. You're going to actually duplicate the slide from the previous day. Now it just moved it underneath. What we want to do is we're always going to make sure our slide is going to be above the other one. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to change the date for today. Today is the 31st. And the type of storm hasn't changed, the name hasn't changed, the relative location hasn't actually changed, but we're going to need to check on that. We're going to get the new absolute location, the total area, the distance traveled from the previous eye of the storm, any other information, and web links. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to go to Google, and we're just going to go to Google Maps. So you can type in Maps and click on Google Maps or maps.google.com. And when you're in Google Maps, we're going to zoom all the way out. And we're going to have to switch from this map view to the Earth view. So if we click over here on Earth, and it'll switch now so we can see kind of the satellite images around the world. Now when you zoom out, you'll notice that there's a whole layer of clouds that have appeared on our map. If we zoom in, those cloud layers will start to disappear. So I know where this hurricane is because we have the absolute location from the last one, but here it is, right here. You can see. So we're going to have to get a couple pieces of information for our storm tracker site. So we're going to zoom in as much as we can before we start losing the cloud layer. And right at the eye, I just want you to right click on the map, and you're going to get a What's Here button. So we're just going to hit What's Here, and you'll notice this little pin mark has come up at the eye of the storm. And right here we have, it's in the North Pacific Ocean. That's going to be our relative location, and the absolute location, which is the coordinates. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy those coordinates, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring them over onto our slide. So the name hasn't changed. It's still a hurricane. It is still in the North Pacific Ocean, but the coordinates have. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to paste in those coordinates, and they come in a little bit differently. So what we're going to do is we're going to make them just like everything else, font size 12. And the text color is going to be black. Perfect. Now we're going to need to get the total area of our storm. So to get the area, we go back into our map, and once again we're going to right click, and we're going to use this measure distance piece. So all I have to do now is I can click around, and every time I click, you'll see that I'm kind of outlining our storm. And obviously the more points you have, the more accurate you're going to be. And I'm just going to come back here, and I'm going to drag this one back. Perfect. And you'll notice now that we've completed it, we have the total area, which is 209,000 square miles. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it into our total area. And so now we can see how it's changed, right? So the storm has gotten bigger. The other day it was only 134,000. Now it's 209,000 square miles. What we're going to do next is we're going to get the distance from the previous eye. So for that, we're going to get our absolute location of the eye from Friday. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually just paste it right up in here into the search bar. We're going to search for it. Now it's going to zoom us all the way in, and eventually a pin mark will show. So I'm going to zoom us out so we can get that cloud layer to come back. And there's our place mark from where it was previously. So in 3 days we have to measure the distance that it's traveled. So in order to do that, that's right, we're going to right click. We'll start at our pin mark, and we're going to have to clear the measurement of the distance first. And we'll right click, and we're going to measure distance from there to here. And you can see it's traveled 1,006.3 miles. So once again, I'm going to go ahead, I'll paste that in for the distance traveled from the previous eye. Other information, wind speed, rainfall, etc., or any links to resources about this storm you can add in here. The last thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need a new picture of our storm. So I'm going to go back here, and whoops, I'll just hit escape. Oops, didn't work. We're going to control click, and we're going to clear the measurement. And right now I'm just going to kind of zoom in a little bit here on our storm, and we're going to take a screenshot of it. If you don't know how to take a screenshot, Google screenshot in the device that you're using. On a Mac, it's going to be Command-Shift-4. If you're on a Chromebook and you Google it right here, you'll have Control-Shift, and this Windows switcher key will allow you to do that. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to delete this image. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I put the distance traveled in the wrong slide, so it's going to be very important that you make sure to always put the correct information on your slide. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll delete this image, and I'm just going to go to Insert. I'm going to insert an image. I'm going to find it on my computer, and it's all the way down here. Screenshot. Nope. Those are the old ones. Here's today's, and I'm going to go ahead and insert it. And I'm going to resize it. I'm just going to kind of shrink it down. I'm going to move it into the right location. And now we have updated our storm tracker for today. If there's any other instructions your teacher has or any changes to the layout, make sure that you do that. The last thing we'll do is we'll just highlight this column, and we're going to make sure it's all in 12-point font just so it looks consistent. Anyway, good luck everybody, and have a great day.